Hi everyone, it's Cecile
and Jen.
We are back for season 2, episode
20.
Oh my gosh, of Things in My Head podcast. We took a break. We were looking back, and we did a last episode way back in October of 24. We're filming this end of February, but it'll probably be up like beginning of March. So we're so happy to be back. But for those that might be just found us or following us new, or like, what is this podcast?
Yeah.
Most of our people will know us from our small businesses. The first one, Jen's going to give you the handles, but just very briefly, again, we are part of 2 businesses, which is mainly Brooks Boutique, which is a luxury designer boutique in Pearland, Texas, but we service all over the country in the U.S., which is where most of our followers probably listen to here. So thank you guys so much. We have a lot of fun there, still going strong, 13 and a half years. And then we also, underneath that as well, as we are the Reynolds Property Group, we are your Texas Realtors as a team. Brooke and I are the Realtors, and then we have the wonderful staff who helps in all the support and combination of both those. And ultimately, I like to say we're here helping people either find your purse or find your house.
I know, right?
So either way, or sell either, actually. Know, right? Buy or sell.
But speaking of all those things, so how you get into contact with us if you want to sell a luxury handbag or you're in the market to purchase one, I would highly recommend going to brooksboutique.com. That is where we always have fresh inventory of all the amazing things that we get in. We also have a Facebook page, which is Brooks Boutique Pearland, and you can also follow us on Instagram at Love Brooks Boutique. We have a TikTok as well. We don't post to it too much right now, but
we will.
But we try. And it's also Love Brooks Boutique. And of course, as Cecile just talked about, we do have Reynolds Property Group, which is Brooke and Cecile. They are realtors. And if you want to get into contact with them on Instagram, it is Sweet and Petite Duo. So that is pretty much all of our handles.
Got a lot, but we're easy to get a hold of. Text me, message me. I'll give you my blank card.
Yeah, I know, right?
You can reach me directly, as a lot of our customers know. So that's the fun part. Yes. So thanks for coming back.
Yes, thank you so much for starting this up again. And yeah, it was good to take a little break. We headed into the 4th quarter of sales, which, as anybody knows, that is the most difficult, stressful, and busiest time of year for any kind of business that does any kind of sales. So we really had to put time and focus into making sure that we were providing, great customer service. We get lots of really great inventory. So it's kind of an all hands on deck during that time. We do our little staff parties. It's really, really fun. And everybody just has like a lot of, you're just busy in the holidays.
So we were like, we didn't even plan it, but we're like, you know what? Cut, season 1 is done. That's the beauty of like when it's your own and a small business or this podcast we started. We're like, and that's the season.
It's done.
Don't come back next week.
They're like, where did it go?
No notice. Jen was like, oh, okay, we're done.
I was like, okay, I can breathe.
I know Jen is really the behind the scenes. She is like producer, director, editor, marketing, like all the things that are truly a lot of good skills, Jen.
I know. It's good because we do still have Lauren helping us.
Yes, well, we're going to get into the whole like what's happening, right? So we thought we would start the first episode of this season as a life, business, staff, personal update, just to catch everybody on that 4 or 5 month break that we took, right? So anyway, so let's start with that, I guess. Okay, so what had happened was... Okay, the reality of it is that like our staff has really shrunk, and we purposely did not hire replacements just to kind of regroup. As I actually always say, and I know everyone has felt, year 2024 was a hard year, business wise, economy wise. We are pretty transparent. It was we thank all of our customers and everything. That being said, it was a year since honestly 2020 where we saw quite a big reduction in sales. Like I don't know, like 30%,
It's just,
honestly.
yeah, it was a hard year.
It was a hard year. So we really took time to evaluate our processes, what made sense for us. And I really want to always make sure that the staff and the ladies who have been with me always have a place to work and feel comfortable, and they know they're getting paid. So in order to do that is we make sure that they go first. And so we had to cut expenses. So, and it worked out because you didn't always need everything. And so the podcast had to take a break because, we put a lot of hours into this. And so we kind of did that. And then over time, we don't let anyone go. I mean, I will let you work if you're good, as long as I will just not eat myself. So, but then I think over time, Hannah left us in August because she started cosmetology school. So we didn't replace her. And everyone kind of just stepped up. And then Patty went to nursing school.
Patty, I think, was the first one.
Oh, Patty was the first one?
Yeah, Patty went to nursing school, and she had already been in school, so she had already left. Hannah decided that cosmetology school, which is very hands-on, like it is 5 days a week, 8 hours a day.
We didn't replace her.
Yeah, with that kind of schedule. So she was just not going to be able to work.
Oh, and then Brooke at the time was working a lot less because we were concentrating. And me, I wasn't there as much either because I was concentrating on growing and focusing on the real estate business side of our business. And then, but that's the flexibility of us being able to come back in when we can. And then Tori got pregnant, but she was having a lot of morning sickness. So she didn't have the baby till December, but she was out a lot just taking care of herself. So I think we lost her there. And then officially when she went out, actually she went out on maternity leave early, like November.
She did. So it was just, that time.
And then Lauren, which was probably the biggest hit in terms of, because she was just there all the time. And for those that don't know, Lauren is our oldest, not Jen and I's oldest, but but Andy and I.
That would be crazy.
People might not know us. They're like, oh, they're a couple. No, wrong. I love you. I do love you. So, okay, we're digressing. So Lauren is our oldest, and she was the day-to-day manager there, hands-on, as you all know. So she decided to take an outside job full-time and away from the boutique. So that was a big one. But then even then, I was like, you know what? Let's regroup because I wanted to be. Oh, look at Maggie! I wanted. Or if you're not watching the video, my puppy is wanting in. so anyway, so Lauren left, but I didn't want to even rehire then because I figured to help, I would come back a lot, and Brooke would come back a lot. And since it is two businesses in one, a lot of our there's a lot of, what do you call it, interaction, connection, integrating of who we help in real estate with our customers in the boutique. So it made more sense for Brooke and I to be more present in the boutique and be available for all the customers at that point. And then it also, in all honesty, I really wanted to, and I think I shared this with you and Soraya, because of course how it logistically goes is Lauren tells me that she is going to do something else, which fully supportive of. But then so I meet with each individual other managers and staff and where are you at? Tell me what you're doing. What does it look like for you next year? Because this was in November of 24, and she was going to leave in early January. So I was like, let's figure out what we're going to do. And since all the other staff were like, no, I'm good. Because, here's the conversation. I was like, Lauren's leaving. Are you freaking out? I know, are you leaving because Lauren's leaving?
She was doing so much for the store. So it was kind of going to be definitely a shakeup because, she was there all the time. And, she knew every customer's name. Her customer service is just it's unbeatable. And of course, they'd be stupid not to hire her. She's amazing. So I think we were kind of just in a weird spot where we're like, oh my God, she's leaving. So that means that we're going to have to take on more responsibilities that she would. How it worked is we had three managers. Lauren was the GM. She was the main manager. And then me and Soraya were under her. And we kind of took on different aspects of the boutique and the different parts. It's very small business. You have to do so many different things. It was good to like divide it by 3.
Yeah.
So now we had to redivide it, but by 2. Really, we kind of redivided it by 3 because Brooke brought in.
Brooke, and then
Brooke came
But
in.
I had to figure out if what y'all thought about her leaving, and would that make you decide, maybe it's a good time for me too. That's what I wanted to and I'm sure
sometimes people, you have those, you will think about those things. So
just so you know, we've entered the therapy session of Jen and I. We've never had this conversation. Tell me how you felt.
I was scared.
but truly, then I did go in and I was like, I got to figure out who's in and who's not, because it will change what I do, right?
Yes.
So in my mind, in particular to Jen and Soraya, who were the other managers, and Soraya, to be honest with you, because they're best friends, like outside. And now you two have gotten real close.
And she, of course, talked about it with us before like everything. So I think that was also
traitor.
good.
I'm kidding. Traitor.
We knew what was going to happen. So I think that was like very good. So it kind of made everyone feel a little bit better because it was more like we knew.
So also, if anyone wants to know what happened, I was like, do you want to raise? No, oh my God. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. I will pay you whatever you want. But I think it was a great thing. So we'll chat about Lauren in a second because she's doing great. But so anyway, what ended up happening, as maybe you have seen, is Jen and Soraya have taken on a bigger role. I mean, they're still managers or co-managing it, but they really have taken if I have been there more, because I do a lot more lives, and I think it was the right time to come back and do more lives too, which has been a lot. It has been a balancing act with everything. But I was able to see and be in the boutique, and Brooke stepped up, like we said, and at the same time, I was able to physically see them work on a like not just pop in, like I'm in there now maybe 4 or 5 hours every day, and you can't hide when you're just like working and I'm doing a live and you're helping people. And I'll tell you, all of them in particular, that's who I see. Jen, I'm only going to mention these because this is who I see there in terms of customer wise. Joanne is always going to be wonderful, taking care of everyone and
she's
shipping.
The best. Angel.
Yeah, she's the best. Like we are so lucky.
We love her.
Like please, but also as a small business,
if she ever left, I would be like,
all you do is you just love on your people. Don't leave me. But Jen, Soraya, and Brooke, I have seen like side by side for hours, and I am so impressed that even though I knew it, I feel like seeing it in action over and over. So it's not like you're acting when I'm there, or that it even has nothing to has nothing to do with me being there, that's just how you treat the customers and your work and the things we got to get done, and each other. I watch your interactions with each other. So I feel like even though we have worked together for a long time, you guys, and maybe you feel differently, or you feel it, where because we don't have and it's not a bad thing. Like we don't rely on Lauren, because we relied on Lauren so much on everything.
Yeah, she was
it.
Yeah,
it's probably why she's like, I'm over it. Hold on, it's starting to come to me now. It's pulling together. No, but really, like you guys have really been able to work together, the three of you, and take care of what we need to. I think I will make an acknowledgement. It's super, super busy in the sense that then it got busy. Like, thank God. Like, the work got
sales
busy.
picked up.
Sales picked up. Consignments picked up. And it's been good.
It's been
good.
And
so
we've been lucky.
So we need more help. In that, Elisa, who's our other staff member, she's in nursing school also.
Yes.
So this is a time where she couldn't work because of clinical. So I think we're getting her back again a little bit more. So that's helpful. So anyway, so what we're trying to say is that's been the change up. Hopefully on the customer end, you haven't felt it. You've seen obviously a change on who's on lives. I'm on a lot. The girls are on. But I miss being on. Like I forgot how authentic these lives. Like if what we're talking about is, if you don't know us, Brooke's boutique portion of the business, we do several. Now we say it's like 2 to 4 because sometimes it's so busy. But we go live every day, several times a day. And if it's me, I cannot not be me. And therefore, I don't know what comes out of my mouth. I have no idea what conversation we're gonna have. But we are not just selling things, and we're having the best time, and we're sharing lives, and I miss that, honestly. I've missed that because I would do, like in the fall, I think I was only doing 1 or 2 lives a week at that point. And now I'm doing most of them, honestly.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could get some help. Okay. I wonder if we can fix that.
Hey, we're on when you're not there.
I know. So tell me, what's it like on your end?
I think that because I've lived through periods of extreme busyness but very low staff before, at our peak, I think it was 3 of us at one point. So because I've done that already, I feel like I kind of already done it. So,
also, you know, if you know Jen, nothing really phases her. It's the best trait to have, honestly.
Sometimes it's easier when there are less hands in the pot. Like,
True.
you just know what's going on with everybody because there's just less people, you know, you're gone less.
Yeah.
So you kind of know what's going on. We also closed on Sundays.
Oh, yes. That was a big help.
Yeah.
So we decided, and to be honest with you, I have been wanting to close on Sundays because when we move over to a different space in the end of the year, we were going to close Sundays anyway. Yeah. And so, but it's so hard to in a true retail space. Yeah. So I kept pushing it off and wanting to, but then when staffing became too tight, then it was the perfect time to be like, you know what? Everyone needs a break. Let's take Sundays off. Sundays. And it's been a blessing.
Yes. I think it helps us keep our heads on straight, which makes us better. That helps us be better to the customer. Yeah. Because when you're in a good mood and you've had your rest, you will give better service. Yes. You will make less mistakes because you're having...
And you know a break is coming.
Yes.
Like, because even if I wasn't there, I would still be involved. You know, I would still check in. I would still check Square. I would check messages. I would text you guys. So it's been nice to have that break.
Mentally just turn off, you know?
You know, I will tell you this because I do believe in this also, because then I was really worried. Though I knew it was the right choice, I was worried because, you know, because we just came out of 24 and to close
it was hard.
4 days a week of an already declining economy. I was like, can we do this? But, and it really, we started it when Lauren left, like, so maybe the middle of January. And in January was still slow as expected, but February, we're only 3-4 weeks almost up, but like I feel like we've been blessed and rewarded because part of it, and this is my thought, I know, is that, you know, we are supposed to take Sunday off per, you know, what the teachings are in the Bible. And I never did. And I always felt some guilt in that. And so I was able to. And then what I feel is, oh my gosh, when I was worried about the sales for the whole month is the sales the rest of the 6 days have picked up where it's purposely not making us, because Sunday is closed does not mean we're going to not be able to pay rent because I feel like the other days have picked up. So still not where we need to be in terms of where we were pre, you know, like 2013, 22.
Yeah, like our height.
Yeah, but it's still not 2024.
Yeah.
Well, randomly, this was a good month last year. I don't know what happened in February of 24, but that was a strong month out of nowhere.
Tax refunds.
The rest of the year sucked. Don't get me wrong. We're keeping it real. Anyway, so I want to be mindful, and I know people have a lot of questions. So in that is we really have been, and we're going to talk more about this, and we're always open to what you want to chat about, because to us, it's not about the business, right? We always talk about it's who we serve, who we become friends with, the community that we have created and what you want to know. And we are open books. So we're trying to think about what is this season to chat about. And we went back and looked at what were the hit makers on last season, like what topics. And it was the one that did the best was around when it was Lauren and Jen on, and they talked about therapy and some of mental health and, you know, their thoughts and experiences. That one was like the number one listened to. The second one was Jen and Lauren talking about their different stages of being the relationship single in a long-term relationship. Apparently y'all really want to know about that. Who doesn't? Relive our youth.
I was going to say still single.
That's funny.
No change.
Ooh, we could talk about that. And then the third one was Lauren and Brooke. So apparently y'all don't care that I'm on. Wait, I just realized the thread there.
I was gonna say, I think the therapy one was that me and Lauren. Or
it was you and
you?
It was me and it was you and Lauren on, and I was asking some questions, but not really. It wasn't really me.
I thought that it was you and me on that episode.
No,
I'll
it was
have
you.
to, like,
No,
look
it was
back.
you and Lauren.
Okay.
Or was it us three talking about it?
I think it was definitely. I think it was you, Lauren, and maybe I was off to the side.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'll have to
maybe
look
it
back and
was.
watch.
Okay. Anyway, so this time, obviously, we're doing a catch up on this one, and you'll be hearing more about how we are trying to just incorporate life into what the work that we do on all accounts, both in the boutique, both on this podcast, in real estate, and then we just then I thought honestly we could bring in different people because that's always thing. Like it could be fun topics like I could bring a contractor friend in and all the things that we don't want to pay anyone to know, like how much would it do this, or should I do my bathroom, should I do my kitchen, that's kind of fun stuff.
I love that
that stuff, like, because no one wants to ask a real contractor in real life because they don't want like them on them or be like, are you going to do it, paying for it? So we can hook you up on that. Then we could then I thought, on other stuff is I wonder if I could bring like a mortgage lender, like someone that we can ask and have you guys ask, like if you're scared and what does this economy look like, or what do I need for credit wise? How much money do I need to buy a house?
I'm terrified of taking money out.
So maybe we can bring someone on and be like, how much do you really need, or what are we looking for? And we can ask someone
to be like really safe, because I know that there's a lot of ways to get loans and get approved. But is it always the best idea in the long haul, or are you going to become? I'm always scared of like house poor, like where you have a great house,
right?
But you can't afford to live life. Like
exactly,
you've got to turn like the refrigerator off.
So therefore, you don't want to move forward because you don't even know the answers, but you just know you don't want that. So it's safer for me to stay status quo, right? So I think we could bring on experts in that sense, and then we could even bring like stylists, to talk about clothes. I mean, or just life coaching type of stuff, or so anyway, so we're always open to ideas, but we wanted to do a little bit more around helping and give some tools with bringing friends on that we as people have questions or like questions about, but don't either want to like actually go to a professional, because then you're like, do I need to pay you for this? That sort of stuff. And then you get, there's anxiety and stress.
You don't want to feel, also sometimes when you ask these questions, I personally feel like sometimes when I don't know the answer to something, I feel like, does that make me look really dumb? And hearing it, that's why I prefer to like learn things through videos or just reading off of Google to see, because that means that I didn't have to ask the question. Somebody asked it for me. And then I get to hear it.
So if you guys have anything that you want us to find, research, or bring an expert on, we can. Like, we know a lot of people. We have friends. Our friends knows friends.
And you can email those questions to our email for the podcast, which is thingsmyheadpodcast@gmail.com. So that is where you can email us if you would like to send any submissions of like an expert that you would like to find, or a topic that you would like to hear about. That's always the best way to reach us.
So then we're going to try to wrap this first episode up as thank you for listening again. Share this, of course, but we'll do very quick just what I know and can share, and we have shared about everybody. So Tori had her baby December 20th. That's her second. Zeppelin is 9. Is he still 9? Yeah. Zeppelin is 9 and a great big brother. And Nate, their daddy and husband, is doing great. And they actually reached out to me. I'm going to hopefully set up a time, because they're also a very young family, as you know, baby and 9-year-old. And they also don't have any idea. They go into the basis of, do you think you need all this money down payment for a house? And I keep telling them, you don't. There's a lot of grants, down payment assistance, like a Help the Family. They barely brought anything to the table. And so it just depends on each personal scenario. So they actually reached out, and hopefully I can chat with them, even in prep, even if it's a year from now. So Tori and her family are coming along. I mean, doing great. She's very tired. The baby's only 2 months at this point. So I don't know if she's coming or when she's coming back, but we'll see what she wants to do. Soraya is still trucking. She's there like all the time and does great. And her and Jen have a great working and friendly relationship. So she and Chad is still doing good. Chad is still with the Astros.
Yeah.
Not a player, like he's a player, but he's great. He's loved that organization. I'm so happy the season is back. So we're wishing him the best season. And then Lauren, we said, is doing great actually.
Yeah.
Lauren is like, she started in middle of January at an engineering firm in their marketing department, and she loves it. I'm sure it's some very different. Probably it's honestly probably less stressful because she's not like on top of everything. She doesn't have to be the one responsible
for
everything. And honestly, it's probably good that she probably feels like there's no like pressure because you're working in the family business as a family member. So that probably feels good that you can just lay it down and enjoy your weekend. She has weekends off now.
Yes,
she has weekends off now. And then who else? Okay, then Eliza, we know, is in nursing school. Hannah, if you remember Hannah, she is doing well in cosmetology school. Soraya actually went and got a haircut with her. You know how they can do it at the school for cheaper for practice. So she's always so supportive of each other.
Yeah.
And then Brooke is still so busy. So Brooke now is working almost full time, basically, at both jobs, both parts of the business, real estate and the boutique. So you see her a lot there. So that's really good for her. And then Jen, of course, still single. She said, you're not alone though. It might be the best thing.
I actually live with 2 other people.
Yes, exactly.
Am I ever alone? 2 people. 3 cats.
Oh gosh, so no.
Yeah, so never alone.
But very happy, and we have a lot of like plans in terms of like growth for personally and within professionally. So I'm excited for this year. You know, I'd like these girls. I'm always like, tell me what you want to do. So how can we help each other? Yeah. So we're excited about this year. Family's doing well?
Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Family's good.
Okay. Good. All right. So, and then Joanna's in the back. She is our shipping manager. She and her daughter Sophie are the best with James. So they're doing well back there. Is that our team?
I believe that. I mean, if we forgot somebody, that'd be pretty bad.
I know. Patty's in nursing school.
She comes like every now and then, but she's doing great, and it was fun to have her back for just even a little bit.
For social.
I was reminded of her very
energy, crazy,
awesome personality.
I thought you were going to say awkward.
She is anything but awkward. She is confident.
I love her so much.
Yes, she's awesome.
So that's good. Yeah. So everyone is well. We're excited for 2025, even though we should have probably had this episode in January. It's already March at the end of this week, but we are still excited for 2025 and very optimistic. So thank you for continuing to support us.
Yeah.
Give us ideas of what you want us to talk about. Otherwise, we will just talk about things in our head.
Yes.
Hence the podcast name.
I know. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. We just wanted to do a quick catch up, and we will see you guys on the next episode.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow our pages.
Oh, yes.
Consign by brooksboutique.com. If you know anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, or truly even just thinking how to do it, even a year, 2 years before they even want to, reach out to us. I truly love to help and mentor and life coach anybody on their behalf. Like, it's what their story is. It's like my personal passion. So anyway, love you guys.
All right. We'll see ya. Bye.